Alright, welcome back to Dual Destinies. It's not looking good for our astronaut friend. But let's continue. Oh, you put your helmet back on, huh? Spaceship prison cell. Fly me my guilt and my despair into the deepest, darkest space. And then let's get sucked into a black hole together.
Objection!
Mr. Starbuck, you gave up hope. Oh. Yes, Apollo. You know, clearly looked up to you. He said you were an incredible man. So you never give up on your dreams and passion for space, no matter the situation. He said that. Don't give up now and help me prove your innocence. For the sake of the man who respected you and believed in you. Clay Tehran. For Clay. You're wasting your breath. Rah! Rah! Grah! Oh, hi. You look better. Apollo, thank you. I can see things clearly now. Mr. Starbuck. I'm fine now. Thanks for reminding me of my latest mission. Right, we'll both be fine. I'll prove you're innocent. You'll see. After that, we'll get you back into space. Rah! You've ignited the booster rockets of my soul! I'm on fire! I'm Solomon Starbuck, astronaut, a cosmic hero chosen by the universe itself! There's no time to be whimpering and crying. I can't let you and Clay down. Boulder Dash. The sun, the moon. All of space is calling me. Solomon Soul Starbuck. Ready for lunch. Begin the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. Are you? No. Okay. Well, I feel like we're into an actual rocket launch. Apollo, you did it. Go press your black goose good for Mr. Starbuck. I can't take the credit. It was all Mr. Starbuck. He pulled himself through. You simpletons are done massaging one another's egos. You're not positive your mood. My event remains unshakable. I have but to wait for the final guilty verdict. Isn't that right, your boldness? I can't let up now. But that's not Blackwell. I have to see this through. The Starbuck just have to make it back into space. I won't allow Clay Jr. to remain unfulfilled. But destroy Blackwell's argument somehow. Think, Justice, think. When people on Launchpad 1 reclaimed Mr. Starbuck, and Clay was already dead by the time this footage was taken. And the only person who could have killed him is Mr. Starbuck. The only way to counter Blackwell's argument is I can prove that Clay was still alive when they arrived at the boarding lounge. In this case, I should be able to find some contradiction in the evidence itself. Well, let's see. About this data we just received. Yeah, about the data we just received. I can take this rough shared with 0% left. Then head 80. Remaining oxygen is laid on the left shoulder. Okay. Supposedly proves that Mr. Starbuck clapped Trey's body in Launchpad 1. I'm going to prove that false, and there's something I can use here. Let this force your boldness. Let's have your verdict.
Objection!
Professor Blackwell, you seem to be in quite a hurry to rush the verdict. By this oxygen tank data you submitted just now. It says that Mr. Starbuck's tank had 80% remaining, Mr. Tehran said 0. Do you stand by the accuracy of this report? Of course. I guess it simply means that it's faulty, as evidence goes. You explain what you mean, Justice Dono. It's simple. This evidence contradicts the facts of this case. Take a look here at the detailed description and you'll see what I mean. I have to give some evidence, Justice, because I don't see what's so contradictory. Yes, Your Honor, right away. Here's the elements that the oxygen tank report stand in contradiction to. The photo.
Take that!
And how does evidence present a contradiction? The problem is this part here. Yeah, neither of them had 50.
Take that!
Not the remaining oxygen in Mr. Starbuck's tank as he carried Mr. Turan. It appears to say 50. As according to the data, our client's tank had 60% remaining. The oxygen in the tank increased. I see Your Honor finds it as strange as I do. Bad enough that there's a contradiction. The increase in oxygen is beyond illogical. Oh my, you're absolutely right. What is going on here?
Silence!
I too found out the oxygen remaining is increased. It is as my rations were to increase. But what does that prove? It doesn't change the fact who's the defendant carrying the victim's corpse.
Objection!
I'm gonna bet you don't get more rations if you don't abide by the rules. Either way, the oxygen remaining shouldn't increase as your rations don't increase. Therefore, this information is critical. We can't overlook it.
Silence!
In that case, you have an answer to this riddle of mysteriously increasing oxygen. You're not disappointed. I'll declare the inconsistency as mere equipment malfunction. Monsieur Blackpool is a point. Suppose it could be a simple malfunction. Mr. Justice, we are providing a kind of argument to this point. I'm afraid I must bring this trial to an end. Do you think you're going to explain why the remaining oxygen level increased? Of course I can. Let me do a time like this to turn my thinking around. Mr. Starbuck has no memory of it, but he claims you carried clay. The man with the 50 in his tank ought to be Mr. Starbuck. If anything, the display in his oxygen tank should have shown an 80. There's a clear contradiction between the report and the security footage. What you should be asking is not, why did the oxygen level increase? But what had to have happened to make it look like it increased? I'm making some kind of mistake in my base assumptions here. Well, Mr. Justice, we're waiting. Yes, Your Honor. I'm ready to answer. This is why the remaining oxygen appears to have increased. The victim was carrying the defendant. What was the other way around? The way around? What do you care to explain, Mr. Justice? As you can see, Your Honor, both men ended their helmets on in this footage. But it turns out, this is where our base assumptions went astray. It seemed that it was Mr. Starbuck helping Mr. Turan, but it was the other way around. It wasn't Mr. Starbuck helping Mr. Turan at all. It was Mr. Turan who was helping Mr. Starbuck to the boarding lounge. What's what? Order! Order! Mr. Justice! You need to tell me that the person on the right in this image is the victim, Clay Turan. The only way the riddle of the increasing oxygen level can be solved, Your Honor. At this point in time, the remaining oxygen in the victim's tank was at 50%. When the victim was found in the boarding lounge, his tank was at 0%. That's right, there's nothing contradictory about the oxygen level decreasing. This means Mr. Turan was alive as they made their escape to the lounge.
Silence!
How short your memory is. You've forgotten what you said you yourself supposed. If the victim was alive at this point in time, how did he descend the ladder with his arms full?
Objection!
Monsieur Blackwell, you can't hurt me with a broken blade. Excuse me. It's true that we don't know how they got there down the ladder. So it's that matter needs further investigating. We have proven that Mr. Turan was alive when he reached the boarding lounge. This fact alone shares your claims. Now, in the possibility the victim could have been killed by a third party. Ah! There are two people who claim to be first on the scene. We can truly trust their statements. Let's see, the two people were Detective Candace Arme and Yuri Cosmos, right? I think one of them might have given a false statement to the police. It is certainly possible. We might have to do a little more digging. It seems we'll offer to hear our testimony of these two people first on the scene. Score? Let me think of it. Detective Arme should be here in court right now. Bailiff, could you please show Detective Arme to the stand? Hello. I have announced it, everyone. What's the meaning of this? We're in the middle of a trial here. Please remain calm and listen carefully. Someone has reactivated the bomb. The bomb was defused, but it's about to explode. Explode! A bomb, now! Everybody run! Eek, I don't want to die! Oh no, everybody's panicking.
Silence.
Now let's check into the death wish, a lot of you. Calm yourselves for all else. Come on, Apollo, let's get out of here. But what about Mr. Starbuck's dream? And who will carry out Clay's final wish? I don't care what happens to me. I'm not letting some bomb blow up the truth forever. I refuse to let things end here. Apollo, it's no time to be dramatic. We don't get out of here now, we're gonna die. Come on, this way. Hey, ouch, let me go. Apollo, Juniper, she isn't evacuated yet. Eek. Juniper, are you alright? Apollo, no, not that way. Ah! And there you go, I suppose. And I guess now we are, well, I don't know where exactly I assume we're gonna go to after the first trial now, because that was just the trial that happened. I don't know, we'll see. So, till next time.